We are back. We are looking at what we are going to do now that we have made the decision to start a business. Now we're going to see exactly what the legal things are. All the fun stuff, the fun that we absolutely love to hate. I guarantee I don't like it, and therefore, if I don't like it, and I like the detail kinds of things. That's the accountant side of me. And if I don't like it, I'm sure there's not many people out there. You might find an attorney or two that are going to enjoy doing some of this setup, but not me. But it needs to be done. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to decide what structure is our business going to have. Is it going to be a sole proprietorship? Or are we going to be a DBA? For most businesses, I don't recommend that. The biggest reason is liability. The second biggest reason is liability. And the third biggest reason is liability. You don't necessarily want to be a sole proprietor because if something happens, your fault or someone else's, everybody's gone to the new university, sue you, and so you are going to be sued. And no matter what you do, make sure that you have the insurance that is going to take care, and make sure that you keep a personal umbrella policy. No matter what you're doing, when you're doing it, you want to make sure you've got an umbrella policy that is going to cover absolutely everything. Your business and you personally, because I guarantee there's somebody out there, something's going to happen, and somebody's going to be sued. And I don't want it to be you. I don't want it to be your business that is going to be taken away. I want you to be able to have the things that you're looking to have, to be able to do what you want to do. The second possibility is you could be a partnership. A partnership generally is two people. Could be more, but it generally is two. A marriage is a partnership, and that is a traditional partnership. I am not necessarily really big on partnerships because I see too many marriages that are being dissolved. And businesses can be just the same, have just the same kinds of problems. The next thing that we go into is a corporation. You could be an S corporation or you could be a C corporation. An S corporation, formerly known as a subchapter S, because that was subchapter S of the IRS tax code. And that was the structure form that would give the business the protection, the liability protection, but still allow taxation to come down to all the benefits to come down to the individual owners of the company. And with an S corporation, I believe you are still limited to 35 owners. A C corporation, you can have as many owners as you want. Doesn't make any difference. It is a full business structure. That is traditional structure that you'll find all your big companies. Your Ford Motor Companies, your Coca-Colas, your General Motors, all of the bigger companies they've been around, particularly the ones that have been around for a long time, are all going to be C corporations. And the new type of structure that you're seeing a lot of, you don't hear as many of the LLP as you do LLC. A limited liability, either partnership or corporation. Partnership is not limited to just two people. It can have more than two. It can have an unlimited number, but you still get that same liability protection. You still get the tax benefits. And those are the biggies that you're looking for. You are able to go ahead and do what you want to do, but with a LLC, limited liability company, you have not only the liability protection, the tax, but you also look more like a business. And to me, you're seeing a lot of LLCs. You don't see, I take that back. I don't hear about as many LLPs as I do LLC. Any business you go out there and find that's new or relatively new or doing any kind of new structure, they're an LLC. Even the law firms, they are becoming limited liability professional corporations. And your tax CPA firms and your law firms are all doing that same type of thing. And so you need to go through and decide what you're going to be. The next thing you need is a name. Are you going to use your personal name? Or are you going to go ahead and come up with a unique name? You want to make sure that it's going to come back to and refer back to, and depending upon what type of business, you want it to be something that's going to reflect reasonably on the business. The next thing you need is a phone specifically for the business. And if you don't have a specific, unique phone for the business, IRS can come in and tell you this is not really a business. The next thing you need is to get that tax ID number from the IRS or your state. And depending upon the state that you're in, you may need a separate one, and you may be able to use the same one. State of Michigan, you can use the same number as you do for the IRS when you get your tax ID number from the IRS, which you can get either by, not either by, and by any of the different ways. You can either phone them and you can have the tax ID number in minutes. You can fax them. You can send them, fill the SS4, which is the IRS tax form that has got all the information. It's a series of questions. A lot of people are going to tell you it's difficult. It's an IRS form. It's not all that difficult. Just go through and answer the questions and yes or no. And bottom line, when you call, if there's a problem, they'll ask you about it. You answer the question and they'll tell you what to put in there. And you go from there and it's fine. It will take 4 business days for them to turn over the faxed in form to send you back your tax ID number. If you mail it in, it's going to take 4 weeks. It's going to take a month to get that back, which is why most people, because you can do it in minutes, you do it on the internet. We all have got the cell phones and the all kinds of connections to the internet, so we can do whatever we want to do and go with it there. And if you are an international applicant, there is a special form that you can work with and go from there. And you can contact the IRS, their telephone number. The international you can look up the international telephone number. Go to the web. You can call them. I highly recommend, no matter what you do, no matter what you're thinking, go to the IRS website, print out the SS form, fill it in, and then call them. And you'll have the tax ID number in minutes. And guess what? You didn't know what a business was before. Now you do. You're in business. You are a business. You have the right and the privilege to pay all the taxes that you can handle. And so with that, make it a good one.